Good day and welcome to another edition of Outside Genie, where we will be racing today from Scottsville, today being the 31st of January. How did this month go past so quick? I don't know. Also, I'm glad to say that my selection for the Sun Met Rainbow Bridge came home smoking a pipe. I always said that Rainbow Bridge is as good as Bulgarian, and with a 7 kilogram favor in favor of Rainbow Bridge, taking their run in the German July account where Bulgarian was carrying 53 and Rainbow Bridge 60. And yesterday they were racing off level weights of 60. So Rainbow Bridge had advantage of swing of 7 kilogram. I always said that it was going to be hard for Bulgarian to turn around that 7 kilograms, and I proved to be right. So once again, outsider Genie did his homework and his analysis was spot on. So for those people who followed my advice, I hope you made a few rand because at one stage there was 17 to 2 available on Rainbow Ridge. I couldn't believe my eyes. They were backing a filly called Queen Supreme, and Queen Supreme battled to beat a horse here, Ronnie's Candy, which in her own right is a good horse, but not in the same class as Bulgarian or Rainbow Bridge. I'm not even sure where Queen Supreme finished, but I was sure that Queen Supreme cannot beat Bulgarian and Rainbow Ridge. So again, for those who followed my advice, good luck, and I hope I can point you today in the same direction and put you onto a few winners. So we kick off the first race with a juvenile plate, maiden juvenile plate over 1,000 meters. And as per normal, I don't give selections on juveniles as there is no form to analyze. So how can I then give you a selections? And number two, I've seen over and over in my more than 40 years of experience how juveniles can improve from one run to the next. So putting your money on horses which you're not sure has got a chance or what their ability is definitely foolish. So, but for those who are interested, I'll give the betting on race one. The betting is as follows: number 10 Imbeyeye 2-1, Flying Tessa 22-10, Director 15-4, Rock and Philly 9-1. She's kinda magic 10-1, Coney Island 14-1, Miss Jacqueline 14-1, Sierra del Toro 16-1, Wally Wondergirl 25, Sea Cruise 33, and scratch number 2, Nikki the Great. So while I'm here, I'm just going to move on to the second race, which is also a maiden plate over 1,200 meters, but that's for 3-year-olds and older. So here there's the betting. Race 2, number 5, 18 to 10. Number 11, 7 to 2. Austin, Water Splash, 7 to 2. Namwakwa Duff, 9 to 1. Lady Coop, 12 to 1. Capulets Heart, 12 to 1. Queen Dora, 13 to 1. Madam Et Madame, 28 to 1. Princess Donori, 33 to 1, and longer the rest. So here in race number 2, my selections is as follows. My outright selection is number 11, and that is Austin. Austin has had 2 runs, and he improved from his first run to his second run. Dennis Dwyer, the trainer, and the jockey T. Gordon, and this is a Vercingetorix filly by Eliodor, nicely bred. And I must say, I like the run behind. It must be love. But saying that, this is the first time this horse is racing on turf. Her first 2 runs were both on poly, but I could see no reason why she would have a problem running on the turf. It did finish fastest 400 to finish 24.8. And as I said before, for me, it is always important to look how a horse finishes. But although, on the other hand, I must also say that 24.8 is not the fastest that I've seen. There are horses that has run faster. Then for outsider selections, I'm going for number 9, which is Capulet's Heart. Capulet's Heart. Comedian on board, getting -2. This horse has also run a place or two over various distances from 1,100 to 1,600. They're bringing this horse back over the 1,200 meters where he ran his best race, but also again on the poly, now today on the turf. But this is not a very strong field, and I feel number 9, Computer's Heart, can be involved in the finish. My other outsider selection is number 10, Queen Dora, Mark Dixon stable, Aston Aries. Mark Dixon is also getting the winners lately. Aston Aries is riding well. And this horse looks like this can be improved. Did improve from his first race to his second race. And surely a horse that you want to put in the back end of your quartet and trifectas. I'm not sure the horse can win, but obviously sometimes one is looking for something to make the quartet pay. And this is a nicely selection that can boost that dividend. And then also a horse that I want to touch on is number 12, What a Splash. Michael Roberts stable, beginning. This horse is also run well. Both runs over Scottsville last time. It was run out of it by Prince Anastasia. We'll just quickly have a look here. What a Splash is like 72 in the betting. So definitely a horse that you need to include in all your play. Then as you can see here, there is a couple of first timers which you can decide whether you want to include that or not, as I'm not aware of those horses' ability. We then move on to race number 3, which is another maiden plate over 1950 this time. So let's have a look at the betting. Here the betting is as follows. Race 3, number 7, Abbeywood 12 to 10, Simply Complicated 5 to 2, Another Love 5, 5 to 1, 12 to 1, Killy's Fate, and then 14 to 1 is Zistesia, 20 to 1 Papillon, 25 to 1, and longer the rest. Scratch number 12, Super at 6. All right, so here we have my first selection is the favorite, which is number 7, Abbey Wood. Abbey Wood is another vision get to reach filly, this time by Jetmaster, nicely bred, and also belonging to that very lucky owner, Suzette Viljoen. What a day she had yesterday in winning of Captain Ransom, and then our friend Zietsman Oosthuizen winning that the Stayers race with Atti. Why the guy was quite emotional. I saw on TV he was shaking so bad. I'm sure he had to take painkillers last time when he went to bed just to get rid of all the pain from all the shaking. But very well done, and I wish them luck. And Mrs. Viljoen also, good luck to you as well. Yeah, this horse ran on this Scottsville, his first race over 16 meters, and did well to finish, fastest 400 to finish, although again in 25 seconds, again not too fast, but was the fastest finisher in that race. And the same happened in the race over at the poly over 1600 meters behind Casey, same thing, fastest 400, but again 25 to 1, but at least the horse that run on the best of the rest. So I think Abbeywood today in this race over 1950 will suit him down to the ground, and I do believe he must have a huge chance landing up in the number 1 box after the race. Then my outsider selection is number 1, Killy's Fate, Marco Robertson, Raymond Danielson. Raymond is also riding well, getting the winners lately. And this horse also looked to me like a horse that can improve. And what caught my eye, the dam is by Go Deputy. And we all know that Go Deputies, the further they can go, the better. He has thrown some quite a decent bunch of stayers. So maybe being the dam sire will bring through that. So I think it's the first time Killy's Fate is going over the 1950, and do not leave this horse out. I really believe that this will suit this horse down to the ground. Is drawn 1, Killy's Fate. My other outsider selection is number 3, which is Another Love. What a Winter by Mitterfall. Ran on well on the poly over the 1700 meters, but again, 26 seconds, second fastest, not too fast, but has run a 23.6 over the 1400 meters at Greyville. Now for the first time finding it over the 1950 at Scottsville, but I do believe Wayne Grella from draw 3, definitely number 3 in with a chance. The other horses, there's not much to talk about. A few first timers. Here we have number 8, Simply Complicated. Justin Snape and Dylan. Dylan is also riding a few winners lately. Can also improve. Has been running over the Scottsville 1950, where it finished second behind Ideal Jet. But if you have a look here, you'll see 26.3. This horse wasn't running on too well, but although it has run a 23.4, but over a shorter distance. But I think simply complicated, you need to include in all your bets in terms of your quartet and trifectas. But it does seem that Abbey would be hard to beat in this race. So then we move on to race number 4, which is a maiden plate over 2,400 meters. Let's have a look here at the betting. The betting as follows. Number 2, H2O, 12 to 10, Ellis Island, 5 to 2, 8 to 1, Command Council, 8 to 1, Arminia's, Grey Langari, 17 to Mountain of Gold, 18 to 1, Do Re Mi, 20 to 1, and 53 to 1, and better the rest. So here in race number 4, my first selection is number 2, HTO, another favorite. The soft falling rain. I am following this horse. Last time out, I did mention that over the Scottsville 1950, the same distance it's running. Oh no, it's running a little bit further. But over the 1950, I said that in my preview, I expect this horse to improve, and the horse duly did, running second at 20 to 1 behind Fat Cigar. So the guys who followed me and included that in the quartet and did catch it would have had a nice payout. So again, I think that this horse, the 2-4 will suit. Moodley was also riding well from draw 2. I think also a hard horse to beat and a very, not a very competitive field. For outsider selections, we're going to go with number 1, Grain and Gari. Grain and Gari is always one of those horses there and thereabouts. Today, jumping from draw 1 after jumping from draw 11 in the same race as H2O behind Fat Cigar, finishing 7 lengths behind the winner. And H2O was, yeah, it was about 7 lengths behind H2O as well. But getting the -2.5 today, which can bring it closer to H2O. So Grain Langari, obviously a horse that you want to include in all your play. Don't leave this one out. It's Paul Lafferty's stable. They're also picking up winners here and there. Then my other outsider selection is number 11, Aramis, another Vercingetorix by Model Man, also from the Falloon stable and Lausanne Forbes, but jumping from draw 11. But did run an improved race over 2-2 behind Alado Sprite, and before that, 4.5 lengths behind San Verde. So it does seem that the longer distance do suit this gelding Vercingetorix gelding, so do include into your play. We then move on to race number 5, which is a merit rated 73 handicap class D, average merit rating 68. Let's have a look at the betting here. Betting is as follows. Number 3, Long Rain 53 to 10, Dream Destiny 6 to 1, Alado's Pride 13 to 2, Baika 8 to 1, Rise 8 to 1, St. Philip 8 to 1, Smart Socks 12 to 1, Prospero 16 to 1, 16 to 1 final occasion. Power to Command 20 to 1 and longer the rest. So here my first selection is number 10, Rise. Let's rise for Rise over this 2,400 meters. A very, very open race where my selection goes to the Paul Lafferty train, number 10, Rise, jockey Carl Strader -2.5. Now, if you have a look, you'll see that this race is a D68. Now, if we have a look here, you'll see that Rise has been running against far stronger opposition. Here we have running in a C Division 80, a B Division 86, and she ran good races. She ran 2 lengths behind Stelbo, 7.5 lengths behind Faber, and then even here in 73 and 85, 4 lengths behind Preferential. Preferential also running in this car today, which I give a huge chance. Has won on Scottsville before, 8 runs, 2 wins, a third and 2 fourths, but yet to win over this distance, but was placed over this distance before noon, and also in a little bit higher division. The last time she ran in the divisions, that was when she was winning a maiden, and that was in January last year, the 29th of January. That's about a year ago. So I think with the 2.5 today, Rise will be definitely a contender in this race. In my outsider selections is as follows. Number 12, St. Philip, also getting the -2.5 at 56 and 2.5, so carrying 54. St. Philip is also a horse that has been knocking on the door. Did won its maiden in March, just before the shutdown, and then came back in June. He's now having his fifth run after the race, and I think Garth Puller, also a stable that gets a few winners, do include number 12, St. Philip. And then we have our other selection is number 13, Final Occasion. Now, Final Occasion is a horse that loves this long distances. This horse has one course and distance, one run, one winner, beating Smart Socks. So, Final Occasion, I think, a horse that you really need to include into all your bets here, um, giving him a chance over the 2,400 meters at Scottsville. And then a few other selections that you want to have a look at. Um, as I said, a very open race. Voice of Reason looks also like a horse that can probably improve. And number 3 is Long Rain is the favorite. Justin Snaith's stable can also improve. Did improve over the 1,800 meters last time. Has run over the 2,400 meters for 2 runs and 1 second over the 2,400. That broke his maiden over 2.5. So obviously the distance won't be a problem. But the horse is not consistent. It doesn't run 2 good races in a row. And since it ran a good race last time, I'm not sure if it will repeat this time around. Also, a horse that you might want to include into your bigger play is number 2, Smart Socks, from Dean Kannemeyer. This horse also has run over this distance 2 runs for a second and a third, and I'm sure Smart Socks is a type of horse that you want to maybe include in your larger quartets and trifectas, not without a prayer. So let's move on to race number 6. Race number 6 is a Pinnacle Stakes Fraser Mares Class A, average mean rate at 96 over 1,500 meters. With the betting is as follows. Number 2, Silent Crusade, 22-10. Mary O, 7-2. Preferential, 4-1. Drama Queen, 6-1. Master Keys, 8-1. Petra, 10-1. Fletcher by far, 12-1. And Liquid Irish, 28-1. So here we have race number 6. And my selection is number 1, Mary O. Mary O is also is the third best handicap. But this horse has run against some strong opposition in the past, and I do feel that she has run some very good races, and today might be the day that Mary O can put it together again for her third win. Silent Crusade did run well last time behind Walker Typhoon, also not without a prayer. Mark Dixon and Aston Aries combination again, so definitely in with a chance. Then Drama Queen, I think there might be stronger horses in this field. Number 4, Preferential, also in with a chance, definitely. And did win last time out, um, but in a lesser company. But is a horse that's improving and can therefore not be discarded. Then other selections, I would like also to talk about number 7, Petra, the the, the yield father and son combination. They are in form. This horse has won well over 1,400 meters, 2 runs back. Indiana did find herself in a future race yesterday, but didn't do too well. But still, can't be a donkey. And I think Petra can the type of horse that can surprise. I do believe that the 1,500 meters will be too short for Fletchy by far. Maybe they're looking to give this horse a run or something. I'm not sure, but I'll be surprised to find this horse in the winner's box over 1,500 meters. Then we move on to race number 7, which is a fillies and mares 82 handicap over 1,200 meters, Class C, average merit rating 79. And here the betting is as follows. Number 1, Stella Act 33-10, Ice Imperial 11-2, Saf Star 11-2, Mazun 11-2, Flashy Katarina 7-1, Flaming Lass 7-1, 10-1, My Wicked Ways, Horror 12-1, and 14-1, Celtic Vision. So here in this race 7, my first selection is number 4, which is Safstar. Safstar as a captain of all by Gerard Meer. I think this horse has got the potential, and we will be looking to improve. Reinhold Danielson again. This horse on his debut did beat Lucy Lou out of that race, or 11 runners, 2 wins. Then ran in the future behind Love Bomb, 9 runs, 1 win. And then running a stronger competition, and is running today behind Keeping the Lights On. I think Keeping the Lights On also not a bad type, and River Jet. And I do feel today at Scottsville, where he's at course 1 run, 1 win, and course and distance 1 run, 1 win. So being back today, I think Reinhold Danielson on Sapstar is going to run a huge race. My outsider selection is Flashy Katerina. Flashy Katerina is also some nice potential, and I think can pop up any time. And my other outsider selection is number 5, Musain. Also Justin Snape, Shelvin Woodley did run a decent race behind Big Sky Country, and I think the horse can improve and be involved in the finish. Um, I see they have tried it over various distances, but it's its first run, a second run on Scottsville, and last time out ran in a 70 C Division 74, which is plus minus the class is running in now. But I think this horse is an improver. Then number 1, Stella Act, also a horse that has got a chance. Um, has had this course and distance, 1 run, 1 win, getting the minus 1.5. So definitely not without a prayer can be also involved when the photos are taken. So let's move on to race number 8. Race number 8 is a merit rated 88 handicap, Class C, average merit rating 82. Let's have a look at the betting. The betting is as follows: Majari 72. Here comes the rain 72, 5-1, double espresso, 500 attempt 7-1, Father's Fast 8-1, Heroic Deed 8-1, Prince Chris 12-1, and 12-1 along with the rest. So here my selection is down here at number 9, which is double espresso. This horse is running here in an 82, but has been running against far strong opposition. As you can see, has been running in B divisions beyond at Altissima, Enjoy the View. Kaysen was just beaten by Kaysen. Course and this is 3 run, 1 win, getting the minus 1.5. And I'm sure this horse today is going to put up a huge effort. Number 9, Double Espresso. My outsider selection is number 1, um, which is Forest Frost. Already a 6-year-old, but only has 12 runs for 1 win, getting the minus 2.5, and has run over Scottsville Citizens 5 runs, 1 win, 1/3. But I see the Kumnaida stable is getting winners now and then, so maybe Father Frost, a nice outsider to include into your play. And then my other outsiders, number 2, Gavin van Sale, Prince Caris, did show some 2 runs back, ran in the 84 B division, now getting -4, running behind Light at Lose in the 78. And I do think that number 2 is better than its form suggests, because those runs behind Tempting Fate was again far stronger opposition. And I'm looking for number 2, Prince Caris, to improve. So then we get to the last race, which is a maiden plate for 30 meters over 1,200 meters. And let's have a look at the betting. Here the betting is number 8. Give me the Purple Light 7-2, Capriana 4-1, Initiative 9-2, Lundy Island 5-1, Blanchetta 6-1, Ice Baby 14-1, Heartstrings 14-1, 18-1, and longer the rest. So here my first selection is number 10. Number 10 is a horse that has been knocking on the door for a very long time. Planchetta, 11 runs, 2 seconds, a third and a fourth. But what caught my eye was the -4. And I think that will make a huge difference because horse ran second last 2 runs ago behind Caesar Creeper. And then at Scottsville, 1200 meters, was just outpaced the last 200 meter by Princess Anastasia. And I think today, over this 1200 meters with the -4 being a huge runner, my outsider selections is number 2, Genadora. Genadora, I've been following this horse, and after its first 2 runs, I really thought this horse is going to improve. But it's now had a statement change, and maybe that will be for the better. The goal is the first time running after a stable change, and I do feel that number 2, Trinadora, you need to include in your quartet and trifecta selections. And then my other outsider selection is number 4, Lundy Island, also in with a chance. The Golf Puller stable that run well, the run 2 runs ago. Last time out behind Becoming Beauty, ran not too bad, 4 lengths behind, but now getting the -1.5 can also be involved in the finish. The favorite here is Gimme the Purple Light. Didn't show anything in his first 2 runs under Polly, but then on the turf at Gravel last time out, didn't run unwell, ran a 25.1, which is not that fast. So I'm not sure that this horse is a definite winner in this race. A horse that I do like just on breeding is number 7 Intuitive. It's nicely bred. Dean Cannemeyer, Team Balance, and Danielson. So keep an eye out for that one. So that brings us to the end of our preview for Scottsville today. I hope I could point you in the right direction. And as I said, always break a leg.